Craig Finney, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the always insightful Kenny the Jet Smith. Kenny, it is so great seeing you.
Hey, Gregory Anthony. How are you today?
We're doing well, Kenneth.
We are. But it's good to have another guard on our row here, isn't it?
You know what? It just brings a whole new level of intellect to the broadcast.
Thank you so much.
Well, guards are the quarterbacks of basketball.
Well, if you wanted intellect, I'm the guy to bring down from up there.
Yes.
Spell intellect for us real quick, just so we can get a taste of your...
And now we're back off to the Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're off. Let's go to the game.
A moment here now to see the numbers for R.J. Barrett.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Underneath in the post, it's Randall and Robinson. Filling out the wings are Bullock and Barrett. And it's Payton in at the point guard. And for Portland, Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Jones in at the 3. And Portland starts out with the ball. Kenny, your shot mechanics look polished, even back in college. Some guys take longer to have that thing look smooth and right and make some sense optically.
Well, it's repetition more than the visual. So the more you, like I actually shot the ball and my left hand stays on too long, so I had a side spin. It didn't go, it have a natural revolution. So Marcus Smart comes to mind, Lonzo Ball, but the repetition will help him.
And, there are some guys that, some of the great shooters don't have great, Ray Allen, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe shot it with
Larry
a little
Bird's
size.
form was different.
But, they perfected it.
Now Payton, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Payton kicks to Bullock. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Got a piece of it. Jones with it. Now defended by Randall. And it's Hood in the corner. Kicks it out to Covington. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Lillard. A 3-ball. Poked away.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
Barrett kicks to Payton. New York moving the ball around. Back to Randall. Here's Robinson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
I think there are a lot of big men in this league who don't realize that Mitchell Robinson has that kind of quickness. They end up fouling him quite a bit.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, at the time, Robinson's journey to the draft was such a big story, but now the story is getting bigger as he continues to improve his game and dominate the inside of NBA play.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And there are a lot of questions on the best way, guys, to develop talent in the NBA. Kenny, would you restructure youth basketball in the U.S.?
Many fans think that the G League could supplant college hoops. I think I would restructure it in this way. And it has nothing to do with the players. I would just make sure that the coaches are coaches. Meaning, to get a driver's license, what do you need? You have to learn how to drive. To get any kind of thing, you need a license to do it. You don't need a license to be a coach. No, you gotta be a licensed coach.
And not to mention, this is still a business. So I'd rather have the impact of what the college game brings, because now I got a ready-made star coming into our game. You think about when Magic and Bird came in, they were big stars because they have played in the most watched game ever.
Absolutely.
Like, there's still a huge advantage to having collegians come into our league.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Lillard. 3rd in scoring, 5th for free throw shooting. And his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy. And everyone else knows it as well. Now here's Payton. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Here's Barrett. 4-point game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To end the drought. And the Knicks miss again. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Cantor with a screen on Payton. Three-pointer, Lillard. And no good that time.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Payton finds Barrett. Payton with the ball. Randall with a screen for Payton. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Payton. Robinson a screen on Lillard. Here's Payton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive by Elfrid Payton. To draw a foul inside the paint, the D looks flustered.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him.
Well, we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
Giles checked in for the Trailblazers. And both free throws good for Payton. And we heard about market size mattering less to players these days, guys, but then we see summers where all the big free agents go to Los Angeles or New York. So, Kenny, which is it?
Well, there's 2 aspects of it. There's endorsements and then there's quality of life. In the small markets, catching fire on the marketing front is sometimes much more difficult, but there could be a better quality of life. In a big city, you could be marketed, and then all of a sudden you start losing, and then the quality of life goes down.
Yeah, and the reality is the fact that when we played, there was only a couple games a week on national television. Now every game that every NBA team plays is on national television. The impact of social media, they're just, you can be a superstar in a small market today. Doesn't matter. Look at Giannis. You look at Durant and OKC, Westbrook. You can be as big a star in any market in today's game.
And the Knicks with possession here. The Blazers getting the bucket. Here's Bullock. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The Knicks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. So it's Portland now, trailing by 2. Payton against Lillard. And the 3 ball is good.
A volume shooter from deep, but Lillard's awfully effective.
Payton outside. Over Anthony. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Connects from 3-point range. Randall's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Knicks. Now Lillard. He has 7, and they call an illegal screen here. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Taking a look at Portland, right there in 5th position, middle of the pack in the conference.
And for the Trailblazers, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hoped they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
And you look at the finishes for the Blazers the last few years, they can compete in the West, but the team is still trying to figure out how to make it that next step. Do you see that happening in the foreseeable future?
Oof, the team is has a lot of talent, but a lot of injured talent, you know, and when they're healthy, and we could see what all of their players collectively can do, but the West is brutal. I don't know if they can get through it.
You know, I go back to their issue is the same we've always seen. Like, you go back when Dominique Wilkins was a great player. It wasn't that he wasn't great. It was just some guys greater. You know, Larry and that team, Magic and his group, Dr. J and his group, and you have a similar dynamic now. Like, Dame Lillard is an all-time great player, but those other teams that he's trying to battle against, man, they just have guys that might be just a step above.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share, and it's Damian Lillard scoring that's first and foremost in his mind. He told me defensive help is going to be key. He anticipates they'll run Lillard around screens all game, and he's implored his guys to be ready for it. We'll see a lot of team defense being played tonight, or at least trying to be played tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Here's Barrett after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Three-pointer. And again, New York with the triple.
RJ not getting distracted by the defense closing in on him. That's a nice-looking jumper.
Lillard scanning the floor. To the middle, here's Giles, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Payton passes to Randall. And the layup's good off the glass. Randall's got 8 points. Trailblazers trail by 5. Anthony with the screen on Payton. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Turning on the Jets. Loving watching Lillard blast through the lane.
So many combo guys in the backcourt now, Kenny, but there are still a few traditional style point guards left, and they're sure fun to watch.
Yeah, you still got Rondo. You still have Mike Conley.
Yep.
You know, obviously CP3. These are traditional point guards that think pass first. Still got LeBron. He's a traditional point guard. He passes first. So it's still fun to watch.
Now here's Payton, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Here's Randall, driving inside. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
A matchup that only happens twice a year. These interconference battles can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this one will be for sure. Interconference matchups are always pretty fascinating just because of timing on scouting and how often you watch teams like this affect some of the unpredictability of the East-West battles.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. It's stolen by Anthony. There's the pass to Jones. Right wing. 6 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose. So here's Burks. 9-point game his last outing. Pass to Knox. 3-pointer. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Like it when you fire it to a teammate who's ready to shoot, and Kevin Knox was.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Quickly, covered by Lillard. Pass to Burks. And officials have been more vigilant, guys, whistling the travel violations that we see. At the same time, the league revising the rule book to clarify the gather step when players terminate their dribble. Kenny, in that regard, do you like the way the game is being officiated right now?
What is a gather step? Either you're walking or you're not.
Well, it would seem that way, wouldn't it?
Either you're moving or you're stationary.
The gather step's always been there, though. It's just, honestly, a lot of guys didn't have the ability to and didn't know how to master it. Iverson was the first guy that I saw that had mastered the gather step. And that's, to me, it's just kind of the evolution.
Walking in my book, Greg. It's still walking.
No, it's you gather it. You get that extra. It's basically, it gives you a half a step.
I'm old school. It's walking.
You're old.
Yeah, and you didn't finish school.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
New York's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Now, here's Burks. Defense right on him. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
The failure to make shots on a consistent basis, that's going to put you behind the 8 ball all night.
Well, the defense against them had a little something to do with it, but you still got to go out there. You got to find a way to get good looks. You got to keep working the system, and quite frankly, they just couldn't do that.
That one good for 2. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Knicks?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
The Knicks with the lead. 55 seconds left in the first. Picked by Randall. Quickly. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Pass to Trent. There's the pick. Giles. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's the dish to Burks. The rebound by Giles.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Now here's Lillard. Deep 2 from Anthony. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. The team is pumped up.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to developing his leadership skills.
I think it comes from being in a big family. You know, as a kid, I would go to my grandmother's house, and I had a bunch of older cousins, a few younger cousins, boys and girls, and we had to make sure everybody ate. We had to make sure everybody was comfortable, everybody felt safe.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. Mitchell Robinson out there with Toppin. Here's Simon. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you look at the game of C.J. McCollum. Kenny, he gives you so much at that off-guard position. A very well-rounded scorer.
Yes, he can hurt you in a lot of different ways. He's got the in-between games, but his game off the bounce, Kevin, like just isolation, dribble, penetration, and shot selection is probably top 5 in the NBA.
And he can put out that 30, 40-point game, too.
Without question. He's a versatile scorer.
He's got a big arsenal.
And so it's New York with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Well, it would have been really nice to get that win on the road, but no team ever happy with a loss. They put up a good fight, and they had nothing to hang their heads on after that one.
Here's Simons after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Tanner, high post. Robinson on him. Trent can't hit.
But he's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
It's blocked. Hood for three. Cans it from downtown. Hood's got 5.
It's a good weapon for Rodney Hood. When he's got his feet set, he can sometimes get it going from outside the arc.
The pass to Robinson. In the corner, it's Toppin. And it's blocked.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Simons surveying the D. Into the lane. Misses from short range.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thank you and good evening. The Knicks made changes in coaching and the front office since the start of last season. But the question is, can they move forward? Their last winning season was back in 2013. Amidst the frenzy that is the media in New York, they'd like to make headlines going forward for all the right reasons this time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And here's Barrett after Rodney Hood was able to get the triple. Oh, and the jam by Barrett.
Yeah, RJ was going to score either through you or over you. That's a nice finish there.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Trailblazers?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
Jones checked in for Portland. On the free throw, no good.
Well, RJ, another one of those players who grew up around basketball as his dad, Rowan, played overseas for the early part of RJ's life, and that introduced him to the game.
Now here's Hood. Shoots over Bullock. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Covington finds Jones. Here's Simons. And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Here's Simons.
Some of the plays on an NBA court have a lot to do with timing. And right there, Elfrid Payton, impeccable with it.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Bullock kicks to Toppin. Payton right side. 5 on the clock. And here's Bullock from the arc. Portland grabs the miss. Covington's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Kenny, when you came into the NBA as a rookie, was there a veteran who stepped in to become your mentor?
My first coach, Bill Russell, was a
He was
mentor.
your mentor?
Yes, yes. You know, which is even funnier, like the former players in North Carolina were my mentors. Because we played
some of those guys?
Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Walter Davis.
That's like a Hall of Fame class.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys were still in the league, and they would come back and they would tell stories about what it takes to be in the NBA and how you got to stay there. So those were my mentors.
And you drank in every word.
Oh, every second,
right?
yeah.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Pass to Simons. Kicks it to Jones. Cantor trying to free himself up. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got his first basket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Toppin. And here's Barrett. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
Let's just not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Outside Robinson. Bullock with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Robinson dishes to Payton. Can they get it? And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Houston Rockets.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. 6-point game. Cantor with a screen on Payton. A nice shot by Simons.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And so here is New York. Portland making their last shot. Poke loose. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Jones. Driving to the basket. Cantor trying to free himself up. Goes back up. Kicks it out to Jones. Cantor with a screen on Barrett. Here's Hood. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
How about that? The big man, Mitchell Robinson, able to find a teammate.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Spins with the drive, and Cantor throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
For Portland, they have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. And then for New York, Noel's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Julius Randle comes in for Toppin, and it's Burks in for Barrett. And that one falls for Jones. Knicks trail by 10. Pass to Burks. Now Bullock. Down low, Noel. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside.
That's tipped. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
Looking now at some numbers for Payton. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now here's Burks. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. For Hood, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Cantor sets the pick for Lillard. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Payton. Stolen by Cantor. And the pass to Hood. Back to Cantor. Outside, Jones. No good on the triple. Knicks trail by 10. Randle left side. Over Anthony. And that misses badly. Air ball. Portland's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Shoots over Burks. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist by Lillard. Cantor's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland. It's Noel, high post. Now here's Bullock.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound. You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Got to be eating at them just a bit.
Randle left side. Pass to Burks. New York moving it around. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Bullock missing.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now here's Lillard. Here's Noel. Out to the wing. Randle with the ball. Now guarded by Hood. Fades and shoots. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Randle. Passes to Hood. Back to Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is Lillard's game. Ready to fire the moment he catches it.
Payton kicks to Randle. Driving in. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Stolen by Bullock. Kenny, always fascinating to get your take. We sure appreciate you coming by.
Man, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here. This is the best studio show up top, but we got the best down here by the bottom.
Are they paying you well? Are they paying you well?
Not as well as y'all are. I tell you, not as well as y'all are.
And Brent, you and Kenny both enjoyed success in the NBA. Always great to have his perspective with us here at the broadcast table.
Well, that's nice of you, Kevin. And certainly Kenny has done some remarkable things post-career. And I love the fact with Kenny's presence, he's just got great perspective on the entirety of the game. Really lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Up top, Canner. On the wing, Jones. Cantor against Randall. Now, here's Cantor. He's covered closely. He doesn't hit that one. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Randall with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Burks against Cantor. Burks kicks to Noel. For three, Bullock. That shot missing. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Probably a little bit of both. I think we're competing defensively, and they've missed some opportunities.
It's led to good results for you, though. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. And gracing us with his presence once again after his stirring performance with the live crew. At least that's what the card I'm reading says, and it was written by the always terrific Kenny Smith.
Well, you know what it was? You called it the live crew, but you know what it was when I was down there?
No.
You know it's always fun.
You know what, Kenny?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not a hater. I'm a congratulator.
Thank you.
And I must say, you did a great job. I liked it almost as much as the regular broadcast. I was impressed.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Jones, and it's Cantor in at the 5 roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Barrett, and count it from 19 feet away. Barrett's got the first basket of the second half here for New York. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges means that he'll be great in TV someday. So we saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Such a big guy, Cantor, but also incredibly lean. At the NBA Combine, for instance, he tested out at 6% body fat, an extraordinarily low number for a man of his size.
Randall kicks to Bullock. Randall a screen on Hood. Bullock dishes to Randall. Out to Payton. Shoots a three. New York now working with the new shot clock. Randall finds Robinson. Tipped away. Covington with the steal. Here is Lillard. 22 points for him. There's the triple. Drains the three-pointer. Lillard's got 25 points in the game.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Now here's Payton. 8 points for him. And there's the drive. That one drops for him. Payton's got 10 points in the game.
Good slice and dice from Payton there in the lane, finding room.
Payton against Lillard. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. To the paint, deflects the pass. Stolen by Robinson. Barrett, wide open, he fires. The three-pointer, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
But they recover it. Here's Jones. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. The first one falls, and the Trailblazers making a change here. Trent's checked in. And so Jones nails both of them. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Randall outside. New York moving the ball around. It's stolen by Jones. What a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those,
Yes.
that's for sure. Now here's Randall. He's got 12. Trying to find Bullock. Gets it to him. And that one, good. Bullock's got 5 now.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Randall's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
Portland leading by 16. Lillard outside. The layup off target. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Robinson down low. He's covered by Cantor. Robinson passes to Barrett. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Covington picks one up.
Barrett hanging tough on that play. He gets the shot off, and he just stuck to the play.
You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? I mean, the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
No good on the free throw. Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball, and we know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 front court position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you could make a strong case for that. But you go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. Off target from three-point range. Trailblazers leading by 13. Trent passes to Simons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simons has got 7 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Pass to Toppin. Barrett with the ball. 12 points for him.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And the dunk by Covington.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Barrett the pass to Robinson. Up top, Barrett. He's had his share of big nights at the offensive end, that's for sure. His scoring average is at 18 points a game. Here's Trent. Over to the wing. Little passes to Trent. From outside, off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And there's the pass to Barrett. Fires the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Covington passes to Simons. Banked in off the glass. He's got 9.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the 2 teams.
Now Barrett. Here he goes. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at the Knicks. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season.
Well, I think for New York, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
Portland with the ball after R.J. Barrett's miss. Here's Simons. He's got 9. Clock at 6. Passed a little. Puts up a 3. Robinson pulls it in. Knicks trailed by 19. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Quickly, defended by Covington. Quickly, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Portland.
And guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
They have not wasted any time here tonight. They've pushed it whenever they've had the opportunity and have gotten a lot of fast break points out of it.
And he makes the first. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that may be going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Now here's Barrett. He's got 12. There's Noel. Lays it up off the glass.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Anthony sets the pick for Lillard. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Knicks. They trail by 18. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. There's the drive. Pass to Knox. Jacks up a 3. Portland grabs the miss. Here's Trent. No points in the game yet for him. Three-pointer, Lillard. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
Throw good, Damian Lillard.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Good on the second free throw. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And he nails the third.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Going inside. Barrett, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Lillard outside. And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate, and does so there.
Burks on the wing. New York moving the ball around. And that one's good. Noel. Noel's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Trailblazers leading by 19. Lillard right side. And he drives in. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Knicks shooting around 40% in the 3rd. Maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Here's Barrett. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
RJ's instincts are to score, and his instincts are taking over right now. You wonder if RJ Barrett could be the best player to come out of Canada. Now that's some high praise, because I had many years battling against one Steve Nash, but R.J. Barrett has a high ceiling.
The Knicks making a switch here. Payton's checked in. And that one falls for Barrett. And Barrett's father playing for the Canadian national team as well as playing overseas. And Brent, as you know, his mother, a nationally ranked sprinter.
Yeah, an unbelievable family deep. Oh! Yes, sir. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Now, here's Barrett. 15 points in the game. Burks a screen on Covington. Takes it inside. Shoots from 12. Offensive rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Enes Kanter. 7th in field goal percentage, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Lillard on top. He's defended by Randall. Good. Lillard's got 35 in the game.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Pass to Knox. Inside. Here's Noel, and he banks in the layup.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Trailblazers leading by 18. Lillard outside. It's deflected.
No, sir. Randall up there says,
Here's Knox. Covered by Lillard. The pass to Burks. Anthony against Payton.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Kevin Knox. And Burks hits 2 free throws.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Hood setting the pick for Lillard. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 38 points.
I mean, he is bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
Pass to Bullock. From deep. But they get it back. And Noel kicks to Burks. Another shot. And Noel lays it up and in. 10 points for Nerlens Noel.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hood the pass to Lillard. Unloads from 9. The putback, and Kanter able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
And here is Payton out to the right wing. Here's Randall. Excellent D there from Anthony. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers taking a 19-point lead into the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Knicks. Underneath in the post, it's Randall and Robinson. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Quickly. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Trent's checked in. That one is no good. Trailblazers leading by 19 points. Outside, Jones. Cantor sets the pick for Jones. Into the lane, and he comes up with the deuce.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Randall surveying the D. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Jones from outside. Here's Cantor. Out to Anthony. This one for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Robinson passes to Burks. Passes it to Bullock. Here's Randall. It's good.
Yeah, Randall not giving up on that play, smells that one out, grabs the ball, and gets 2 more.
And Jones has it in the corner. Back to Lillard. Here's Cantor. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And Brent, many players said shooting in the bubble was easier. What's your take on that?
Well, I appreciate you asking me the question, Kevin. I thought about that a lot as I was watching the playoffs last season, and I thought 2 things. One, familiar sight lines. You're going to the same gym to see the same rims over and over and over. And then maybe the extenuating circumstances of no crowd. So feeling like you're in an empty gym, one that you practice in, maybe that leads to more confidence. And we saw the numbers go up for a lot of guys, and we saw the scoring also go up. So maybe those two factors contributed to that.
Bullock with it. Randall a screen on Jones. Now Bullock. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Here's Lillard. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
Well, the ferociousness that Robinson can have around the rim is impressive.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Randall outside. Back to Knox. He kicks it to Bullock. Just 5 on the clock.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Stolen. And a fast break now for New York. Robinson leading the charge. Knox misses. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. The Knicks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Outside Robinson. Well, we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, smartphone, or your computer. And it's Lillard missing.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Quickly. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
And Lillard kicks to Covington. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Randall. His 3-pointers off the mark.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Knox. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Lillard. To the inside. Covington kicks to Lillard. Got it. Good job in the low post. Lillard's got 40 points.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Back to Bullock. The 3. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Portland leading by 21. You hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game.
It's cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Here's Lillard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, the defense sinking and filling the lane, but Lillard stops short and floats one over the top.
Good checked in for the Trailblazers.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
New York calls timeout. Greg, you played against some terrific players, including the late, great Kobe Bryant. I'd love to hear your thoughts on playing against Kobe.
I mean, his passing is still tough, I'm sure, for many to deal with because he was just taken from us at such a young age. But this guy was a ferocious competitor and someone who showed us in life and in tragedy that you need to make the most of every moment that we have here. You know, I just appreciated to really the fans getting to know Kobe once his career was over, because I think he was able to let his guard down a little bit and show us a lighter side, a more compassionate side.
That is an excellent point. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Hey, guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. To the wing right side. Lets it go. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Now Randall right now going to town on the defense and taking over this game.
Outside Hood. Back to Lillard. With the drive. There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. That free throw good from Lillard. Something that was floated as an idea last season, a second bubble in Chicago. Britt, do you think eliminated teams deserve to finish their seasons?
I really don't, Kevin, for the sake of the matter that we're talking about people's health and the risk involved around players, their families, their extended families. If you didn't qualify, if your team wasn't good enough at the point that the season was suspended, I agree with the way the league went about the teams that were invited to compete in Orlando and to let the other teams spend the time, the most important time, with their family being safe, secure, and preparing themselves for what was next.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Portland leading by 22. Lillard outside. Pass to Simons. Launches it. They grab their own miss. Little passes to Giles. In the corner, it's Little. Just 4 to shoot. Three-pointer, Lillard. That shot off. The Knicks go the other way with it. The pass to Bullock. And Gibson now top the key. Dishes it to Smith. And stolen by Lillard. Over Smith. And the shot is long.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Pass to Gibson. Over Lillard. Shot's good by Gibson.
Tough to throw Gibson off. When he's looking to score, he powers through whatever defense is there and gets it done.
Smith against Lillard. In the corner, it's Little. Passes it to Giles. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lillard. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Lillard's got 48.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
Smith takes the 3. And Brazdeikis gets it to go.
Well, Smith looking now to dish to the guys who are wide open.
Lillard against Smith. It's taken away by Smith. Puts up a 3. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
That's great elevation there. Dennis Smith Jr. getting off the floor to shoot that J.
Portland leading by 16. Lillard outside. Knocked away. Pass to Noel. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Nasir Little picks one up.
Well, when Nerlens Noel stays very confident offensively, good things like this tend to happen.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
And remember, an early part of the process in Philadelphia, it's taken Noel a little time to define his role in the league.
The length and athleticism is just something that you can't teach, and that keeps people intrigued about Nerlens Noel. His skill set continues to be a work in progress, but there's been some signs of a turn for Noel now.
So he can't get either to fall.
Nerlens Noel, since coming into the league, seemingly has fought an uphill battle to try to find a role on a team where he can consistently make key contributions. Let's hope it's now.
Hood can't get it to go. Knicks trail by 16. Now the pass to Bullock. Here's Randall. No good from outside. The Trailblazers shooting 40% in the fourth. Payton against Lillard. Got a piece of it. Payton attacking. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Shot clock at 6. Portland needs to get off the shot. Jones from outside. They get the rebound. And the rejection by Noel. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Jones dishes to Cantor. Just 5 to shoot. Portland again missing. Knicks trail by 14. Payton right side. It's Randall with the drive. Kicks to Barrett. Pass to Robinson. Bullock with it. Can't cash in from the high post. Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded by Bullock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And this is what he's worked on. As Cantor has become a more polished inside scorer, he's been drawing more fouls.
The first free throw is good, so New York ends up going with the new group. And Cantor drops them both. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Gibson. Smith with it. Cantor covering. Smith the pass to Toppin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw is good by Toppin. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Anthony with the screen on Smith. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. 4 on the clock. Here's Anthony. A shot, no good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Kevin, thanks. Dame, they had an aggressive defense designed to slow you down, so how were you able to get it going?
I mean, I just had to stick with it. As long as I keep making plays for other guys, my teammates made shots, and that loosened up the defense and allowed me to get going.
Yeah, and it showed down the stretch, man, as you got the win. Congrats. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.